home from deployment. During the deployment, my first wife cheated on me. And we tried to kind of work through it, and it didn't. So by the time I got back, she had already moved out, was living at her, I think at the time she was living at her parents' place. My daughter was almost 2. I hadn't seen her in, 7 months. She didn't know who I was anymore. So I'm living on my own. I ended up staying with my sister for about a month just because I couldn't be alone. I was not in a good space mentally. And especially back then, we had our mental health resources, but even back then, and that was only 8 years ago, it was still taboo to have or admit as a man that you have some sort of anxiety or depression or whatever. And it manifests itself a lot as anger issues, from issues I had growing up when my mom was physically and mentally abusive to this sort of dysfunctional marriage. I didn't dysfunctional. That's how English works.
You got it.
It was a complicated scenario, and I refused to get help because reasons. And the one out that I had was that summer, my brother came and stayed with me. So I got back in March, April timeframe. I stayed with my sister for about a month, helped her with her kids as her husband was also deployed. And eventually I had to go home. I was paying rent on a place I wasn't staying at. So I went home, got a couple of roommates to help make ends meet while I'm trying to figure out a divorce. And my brother came and stayed with me. So we played games, we worked out, we were in martial arts.